So hi, I'm Tom Payne. I'm a developer at Isovalent, but this is a personal project called ShameWa. It's French for at my house. It's a dotfile manager, and it's only been made possible by Go. And basically, if Go didn't exist, ShameWa wouldn't have been successful. So this is interesting if you're writing CLI applications for users and you want to get them into as many users' hands as possible. Firstly, what is ShameWa? It's a cross-platform dotfile manager. Your dot files, your config files for Git, Bash, ZSH, Vim, whatever. It generates them for a single source of truth across a massive range of platforms with multiple install methods. It's super secure. You can store your secrets in your password manager so they never appear in your dot files repo. You can encrypt whole files using GPG and Aggie, and it's become really popular. And this popularity is really thanks to the decisions that the Go team have made. It's got 5.4K stars on GitHub, 87 contributors. The link there is, you need to check it out, github.com/ShameWa. Why should you use it? And it enables you to maintain a familiar, customized environment. All the effort you've put into configuring your tools, you can now have that across multiple diverse machines, whether it's your home laptop, your work development machine, a Windows box. And what we're seeing at the moment is that although we'll hang on to our laptops for a long time, we're increasingly developing in ephemeral environments like GitHub code spaces or dev containers. And it's really nice to be able to bring in all that work you've done setting up your system into a new system very quickly with a single command, or from a single version controlled branch, so you get backups and history and all sorts. This is a graph of ShameWa's popularity. It's the yellow line here. You can compared to the other top 4 dotfile managers at the moment, and you can see that in 3 years it's gone from nothing to being the #1 dotfile manager. And I think it's only possible because of Go. How has Go brought real advantages to users? The first thing is it makes it really easy for users to install. This decision from the Go authors to have a single static link binary is massive. There's no language runtime you have to install. Imagine having to install Python or Ruby from scratch on the machine, particularly if you don't have root. There's no dependencies. Actually, everything gets built into the binary. So it's just a single file that you can copy on within curl, SCP, whatever. Go Embed allows us to include lots of other files, and ShameWa uses it for documentation. So even though I'm distributing a single binary, there's a ShameWa docs command that gives you all the documentation embedded in. The cross-platform by design, the Go authors really supporting Windows as a first-class system is a fantastic win because most dotfile managers don't run on Windows. Windows is very different from the classic Unix systems, but thanks to Go's efforts to include Windows, we get first-class dotfile manager on Windows too. And Go's text template library is fast becoming the standard for configuring many systems now, particularly on templating YAML. But also, it's not just for users. It makes it really possible for developers. It makes it an easy project to contribute to. The high-quality platform standard library means it's just less work that you have to do as a developer to get cross-platform compatibility. An interesting thing as well, compared to other languages like Rust or Python, the concurrency built into the language means that all Go libraries are compatible. They all use the same concurrency primitives. In contrast with Python, where you have to choose between gevent, twisted, or in Rust, which version of async, whatever you're using, they fragment the ecosystem. Go doesn't suffer from that. Of course, you've got excellent cross-compilation. There's some fantastic tools from the community. I want to particularly highlight TestScript, which is actually pulled out of the Go internals project, which is this fantastic integration testing, a project called Go Releaser, which if you're distributing your Go binaries, it builds you packages for everything. It's absolutely brilliant. Go check it out. But another thing I've sort of observed when learning with ShameWa is that it's not just shared libraries that matter, it's also the tools that you might have to depend on. So for example, ShameWa allows you to encrypt whole files with Aggie, which is a new GPG-like encryption tool. But rather than relying on an age binary, as this is distributed as a Go library, I can embed this directly into ShameWa. Similarly for Git, thanks to the great GoGit project, you don't even need to install you don't need to install Git on your machine to be able to check out your Git repo. And I'd like to encourage people as a pattern to use that. If you're building a command line tool, please do make a library version of it so that others can embed here and avoid those dependent on external binaries. That's it, very quick. The lessons I want you to take home. If you want to get build a popular tool to get maximum user reach and minimize your external dependencies. You can make your tool available as a library. And of course, please do go check out ShameWa. Thank you very much indeed.